Okay, if everything's working right, I believe we're live. I'll tell you what, let's see here. We'll do a test. Yep, we are live. Look at that. Okay. Okay, let's see here. We will. There you go. Now I got a little picture-in-picture going on. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Well, it's been a while since I've actually had the chance to do one of these. Let me make sure. Not actually. I'm going to put myself in the top corner. Okay. So we are today going to be working on wasteof.mobile, which, if you're not familiar, is a mobile app for the Waste of Money social network. Okay, let's see here. If I can get, I want to see if I can get the chat to come up here. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see if this works. Cool. Yeah, it looks like this working. It's working great. Okay, so I'm currently in the process of converting wasteof.mobile from an older software, an older framework called Devstream into React Native. So that's what we'll be working on today. Let me see if I can, let's make this a little easier to see for y'all. And I'll change the theme too so y'all can see it. We'll use Dracula. All right. All right. So let's see what we got so far. So we'll go ahead and go into the directory. And y'all are, of course, welcome to leave comments. Hey, it's Perrin. Hello. Yeah. So. Okay. So first things first, I'm gonna get my my Android emulator running. Judah, it's probably not gonna be that long. It might be, I don't know. It really depends. I'm gonna see on how much time I have and how focused I am. Okay. So first things first, I'm gonna get my Android emulator running because it's an Android app. So. Great, great, great. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get this running. Alright, npm run start. Actually, we'll run Android. Okay, so looks like we're... Alrighty, we are up and running on the emulator. Alright. So let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and put this window on top. Let's see here. I believe there's a way I can do it that with Power Toys. Let me see. Cool, cool, cool. Always on top. Let's just short. When could just Control T? So we'll do Control T. Cool. Awesome. Now that's locked in place. Alrighty, so if you're not familiar with wasteof, it's a community that was built by user known as Jeffalo, uh, and I am the creator of the mobile app for that platform. There we go. So the original build was made with native script, which, like I said, it's an older project, and actually, it's not even like supported by the creator of it anymore. He even said that he didn't want it to be a thing anymore. So that's why we're using React Native, which is what Instagram is built with. So yeah, it's generally pretty solid. Okay, so this is the new version. So let's see here. Yeah. So let me think about this. So today I'll probably be working on the search page, because it could use some work for sure. So this is one of the main problems I'm having. When you type, it automatically clears the search bar. I believe that's because of a props update in React. So I'm going to take a look at that. Okay. Still trying to decide what I actually want to work on. And this is a hard decision. I'm really not sure. Now, I might actually work on notifications instead, because I know I can get somewhere with notifications, and I'm not entirely sure that I'll be able to get somewhere with the search, because that's a weird issue, and I'm not really sure where it's coming from. So let's go ahead and let's work on implementing notifications. So going back to the original code base of the old app, I already have notifications. We'll take this down for now. I already have a lot of logic here for notifications, but I'm going to have to translate those over from Vue to React. So we'll close that down. Alrighty. So we'll make a new, we'll actually probably take an existing page and duplicate it. So this is the feed page, which powers the feed section of the app. I'll take the explore page. We'll do that. So we'll copy the explore page, paste it, and yeah. Also, y'all who are watching, feel free to like interrupt and ask questions, or just, I don't know, just chill. I'm just chilling. Okay, so we'll call this notifications. Okay, so we've got our notifications page up and running. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go in first and see what all I don't need. So we can rename this first. Okay, so we might want posts. No, we won't need posts. We won't need the post component. We should need the user chip component. Global CSS will need that. We shouldn't need the animated fab. We shouldn't need portal or dialog. Shouldn't need radio buttons either. Okay. Okay, don't need posts. Don't need extended. Don't need top users. Don't need time period. So right now I'm just getting rid of all this boilerplate code that I'm not going to use. Okay. Honestly, let's just take all of this. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now I don't need this portal either, so I can delete it. I don't need this fab. All I need is the view and the flat list. Looks good. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So now that we have our notifications page, I'm going to go ahead and go to the drawer content, which is what happens when you open this little drawer right here. Then we have these different options. You can go to the Explore page, which will load up your top users and your trending posts. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect the notifications page to this notifications button, which right now just says the placeholder. So in our drawer content, we can find where it says notifications, which is right here, this line. So instead of on press, we could do a navigate to notifications. And we got to make sure we register that in the main app file. So that would be, okay, where is it? There it is. Our main app file, we have to register the notification screen. So I'll make a new screen called notifications. We'll make it the notifications component, which will automatically import thanks to VS Code's magic. So very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and gonna go ahead and put a share link to the video in the waste of money Discord server. Cool. Okay. So now, if all goes well, we should be able to select the notifications and pull up the okay, cool. So now when we know it's going to the screen, we just have a small error. So let's figure out what that is. So on our notifications.js, we have our view. We have, okay, it's trying to get this flat list information from posts. So let's go ahead and we'll write an HTTP request that will get the notifications for us. So I'm going to go to the existing notifications section, which is written in Vue. So I know that, let's find out, where's the request? Okay, so we have this load and read hook that calls an HTTP request. So we want to do the same thing in our notifications file. So we'll make a new function. We can make it take two parameters. One of the parameters will be the offset. The other parameter will be, let's see here. Yeah, we shouldn't need we shouldn't need any other parameters. So let's do that. Notifications. So we have an offset. Okay. And we can see we're not using. Okay, that's right. We are using fetch because React Native actually wraps fetch. So first things first, we'll set is loading to true. There we go. All right, and we'll go ahead and do similar thing as here, except instead of fetching the trending post or whatever, we're going to fetch this URL. Okay, and we can notice that it's referencing this .unread page. So let's just reference this dot. Okay, so we're not taking offset, we're taking page. So we can do page. And so now that we have page, we can go ahead and set, we could probably just make a state variable. So page, set page. and we'll start that on page 0. Awesome. Okay, so now I don't need any parameters for that function. Okay, so we do need a token for authorization. So let's see how I did that in okay, gotta figure out where the token is stored in the new app. It's been a while since I've worked on this code base, so okay. Okay, looks like we're getting it from global context. Let's see here. Yeah, from app.js. Let me take a look here. All right, let's see. So I have this global context. The username and the token are both in global context. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and we're going to need that global context. So we'll import it from our notifications page. All right, we got our global context, and we will need that global context. We'll need to use that context in the same way we do in settings, which is react.useContext. And hooks go at the top, so we'll do const token equals use context. And we'll feed in the global context. Cool. Do we need the username for this request as well? No. All we need is headers. All right, cool. So we'll give some headers. Okay, so we'll get the author header with the token. Cool, cool. All right, that should work. All right, cool, cool. So then we'll take the response and turn it into JSON. Awesome. And then we have our data. All right. And then we will set a new variable. So that'll be we'll call this. What are we gonna call it? I guess notifications or notifs. No, we'll do notifs for short since that's shorter. Okay. Apologies. Personal life. Gotta answer some notifications. Okay. So let's take that data object and we will manipulate it to get each individual notification. So we know here that it does that for each notification. So for notifications, so wasteof.mobile implements a custom bad words filter. You can turn that on or off in settings. So yeah. So in settings, we have this profanity filter. Um, and so that's an option that we have to offer. So when we go through notifications, you can see in this old version, right. Yeah, we have this utils.fixComment method, which changes the comments to not include bad words. So we have a similar option, and that's handled by the post. Right here, we have should filter, all of that. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to copy this post, and we're going to use it to do notifications. All right, let's close out a few of these because we're getting a little bit messy. All right. Let's check on our Metro. Okay, that's why it's not refreshing. Metro died. Has some issues with that sometimes. Alrighty, while we let that run. Alright, so we have this notification object, so we'll rename this to notif. Alrighty. So also, we're not going to use this user chip. I forgot we're going to use their user chip in the notification. But okay. So we don't need user repost. We don't need repost count. That's all handled by that. We'll change it. We'll rename this to the notif object. Cool. Gotcha. All right, that should have done. That should have worked. Okay. We have this filtered HTML. We have loved. We don't need any of this because this is all post logic as well. Yep, all post logic. We don't need local repost counts. All right, so we will need this. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look. Let's pull out some Postman. And we will take a look at exactly what this object looks like. Okay, I'm going to move this just in case there's any sensitive information here. Give me just a second. All right, so I'm going to have to find, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find my user token from waste of money. Okay, where is it saved? I know it's in here somewhere. Cookies. There you go. Okay. Can't let y'all see that, can I? Okay, got that. Can copy that. Okay. So now that I have that, I will go to Postman, and we'll make a new request. Authorization. I'll go ahead and put my authorization in. Okay. Authorization. Put that token in there. All right, cool. Okay. So now we'll take that same request. An invalid character. Let's take. I must have accidentally pasted like a space with my authorization token at the end or something like that. Let's see here. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. can't complete this action while logged out. Okay. My token must be incorrect. Okay, there's no reason that shouldn't work. This should be correct. Same result. We're getting... That's unusual. We're getting, can't complete this action while logged out. Okay, well let's log a request from the original site. Log in real quick. Awesome. Okay. Let's open the network console. Unread. Okay. Well, okay. We don't have any unread messages here yet. So let's go to the read messages section. Okay. So we can see, so we have in this JSON object, we've got yeah, there we go. We've got one says this is this the last page or not. That's a Boolean. Then we have an array of various different comment objects. Now they all have data. Not all they don't have content like posts do. So I have to handle all these different kinds of data, which is why we're going to be taking most of the logic from this existing view component. So for the moment, we're not going to use the username. We're really not going to use the token. Cool. Okay. All we need should filter. Okay. So we're going to have to filter. So in these common objects, most of the time, if it's in a post, this should be filtered already because it'll be importing the post component. Alrighty. So now let's see here. Post mentions should be the same thing. Because it's going to be embedding an existing post. Now that I think about it, we shouldn't have to filter in the notifications manually because it's all going through the same place. All right. Yeah. So we won't have to actually even deal with filtering. That's great. Okay. So that means we don't have to deal with any of that. We don't have to deal with any of that. We don't have to handle loves. Don't have to handle comments. Don't have to handle rendering images because again the post is going to do all of this for us. Don't have to handle web display. Okay, so we use regular post styles. We want the mode to be elevated. Alrighty, so we've got the card content, we've got the padding, got the view style. Alright, don't need linkify HTML. I don't know why that's in there. Don't need filtering. Don't need auto image. I don't think we'll need global context. We won't need any of that. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So let's start at the top with this conversion. So I'm gonna have to change the theme. This theme is killing my eyes. I like Dracula most of the time, but for some reason it's not working for tonight. Let's go. Oh gosh, not that. That hurt bad. Ow. Yeah, I guess we'll go with Monokai dimmed because that's a fairly readable. Okay. So starting at the top. Line 1, card style equals s.regularPost. S is just a CSS module that we're using. So regular post, it gives these margins. It gives that's all for that. Okay, it gives a user chip. Okay, going down. Okay, more views. Okay, so here we're gonna need the actor instead of the notification poster name. So in this object, we can close this. So we can see the actor is in this object. So we have the name of the actor. That should be in all posts. So actor name. So that data.actor.name. So notif.actor.name, not notif.poster. All right. Okay. So we have this ago function that wraps note of time. So again, in here we do have a time. So notif.time should be fine. Alrighty. Okay, we don't need this filtered HTML. Okay, so here's where we're going to start. Here's where we're going to start needing to put some logic in. So all of this shouldn't need any of this, I don't believe. Yeah, shouldn't need any of that. Okay. So we've got the user chip, we've got the time. All right. So now you have to handle all the different variants of notifications. This is hard. This is where we're translating in between React and Vue, which are two very similar languages, but not entirely the same. So we can go through and start minimizing parts of the Vue component, which we're not going to use. Not the action bar, not the segmented bar. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong file. I am in the wrong file. We do not need to be in the notif.vue component. We need to be in the notif.vue component. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so here's where the magic happens. Okay, so the way we do it here, let me just explain how this view component works. So the first thing we do, so we have the stack layout. Okay, grid layout. Okay, so image, we won't be using that in the React app because we have this user chip component instead, which makes it appear something like this little chip right here. And if you click on it, then it'll pull up that user's wasteof profile. And so we have that instead of this. So we won't be using this image. And then we won't be using this username either. Won't be using this. Okay. So we have this what looks like a very complicated ternary operator. So if you're not familiar with ternary operators, it acts like an if statement. So for example, let's make just like a new file. Okay. So if we had like if true, we could either write if variable equals true, then do something here, and then we could write else do, hey, mockup, hello, glad to see you there. We could write do something else. But with a ternary operator, all you have to do is if variable, then do something, then if not, then do something else. So that's how a ternary operator works. So this is a nested ternary operator. So if the notification is a comment, then it shows the comment content. If it's a post, then it shows the post content. If not, then it just shows the data content, which is just like a general fallback. And hopefully we won't have to handle that. At some point, I'll have to build a comment component in the React app, because we want to be able to read and reply to comments as well. Okay, so let's start writing. So, okay, under this text, cool. I'm going to go back to this reference here, which is the post component, so I can okay, cool. Yeah, looks right. Okay, so under this, we will put this. Where's this time coming from? Okay. Flex direction, flex start. Okay. Yeah, so we're actually going to put our information outside of this other view. So let's go ahead and we'll do if the notification data has a comment, then we will go ahead and render this element. And if not, then we will render this element, and we'll fill this in. So we'll render a text view for now. Okay, this looks right. It's been a long time since I've written some React, so this is going to be a little slow going. So it should be data.comment.content. That should be right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do to test this. I'm going to go through, I'm going to find a comment to reply. Some comment replies. Okay. And we'll mark them as unread. Yeah, so we have unread messages now. We'll go ahead and come over here. We'll go back. All right. And we'll go to our notifications page. Alrighty. Already got an error. Great. Good progress. I'm not seeing that error. Where's that? Notifications.js 1339. 1330, that is not, oh, there's, okay. It's relating the app. You can see we have this badge right here that tells us that we have 200 unread notifications. All right, so let's go to notifications now. All right, another, I forgot to, for the React, it doesn't know where to get that use state function if I don't tell it exactly where. And again, for those who are new in the chat right now, y'all are welcome to ask questions, or just, even if it's not related to at all what I'm doing right now, so. Also, in the one of the cool features in the new version of wasteof.mobile is if someone embeds an image, you can click that image and it will open the image in the browser so you can save it, which the old version of wasteof.mobile didn't have that, and it was kind of a pain if you wanted to download images. So, yeah. We've also got this really neat animation where that plus button, when you scroll down, it minimizes, and when you scroll up, it lets you do that. For now, it redirects to the main waste of money site. Do Do I know you as Akuzu? Do I know you? I'm not aware of your existence, or maybe I'm not aware of your username. Don't know which. Um, okay. Nice to see you, Leo. Um, yes. Okay, cool. We're working on waste of mobile is what we're working on today. All right, so I've set the notifications variable. I only want to show this, so I want to show this based on whether notifs are already fetched. Page is going to be 0. We can set page to page +1 because we always want to fetch the next page of posts. Yes, if you, well, okay. So actually, we're working on like the next version of it, which is not released on Google Play yet, and probably won't be for quite a bit. It's not going to be released until I can get the new version to feature parity with the old one. The old one this is the old one. It's not as good. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's a bit wonky design wise and performance wise. It's not the best either. Also, the fact that everything is like square and looks very stupid. But it does have what it does have that this new version doesn't have is kind of a cool. All right, is a notifications page within the app, and that's what we're trying to build right now. Yeah, so this is what we're trying to build right now, except not in this old app, which was written in Vue, but in the new app, which was written in React. So this is the old version of the app, and this is the new version of the app. So, yeah. So we are working on it, and we're slowly getting there. I don't know why Burrio's profile is so long, but we are very gradually getting there in feature parity. We have reporting, which you can report stuff to me, which doesn't really. Oh, okay, never mind. That button doesn't do anything right now. But you do have this button, which lets you open the user in a new tab. Yeah, you should totally be more active on Waste of Mobile if you're not. It's a great platform. It really is. It's highly enjoyable. Yeah. So back on topic. Let's see here. Okay, so we have the set page. Okay, so this flat list is a React component that renders lists. So key extractors, item take item dot underscore ID. That's probably fine. Okay, so this render item, we're gonna go ahead and have to import notif from okay. Oh. Alright, cool. So we've got our notification component imported. Alright, cool. So create a new method to render item equals okay, so we will render return. We want to return notif, and then we will go ahead and what props we're going to have to pass down to it. We're going to have to pass down this notification item. So let's see here. So we'll pass down this item. Cool. All right, I'm 99% sure that's what the syntax for that is. It should be. Where's render item? Actually, let's just go ahead and copy this over. So, okay, except we'll replace post with notif. When you get to the point where your own code base is so difficult to read that you don't even like want to even try to read it, it's a weird state. But this is a much cleaner code base than the Vue version of this app is. The Vue version is tons of hacks and stuff that really should not be there. So, okay. So we have our item renderer, which uses the new notifications component. Okay. So we have that list header component. For now, I don't need this list header component. On refresh, we need a refresh method. So when someone decides to reload their comments, they can do so. Okay, set page. We'll set page to 0. Or no, sorry, 1. I forgot we start on page 1. And we'll go from there to this load notifications function. And I also need to, whenever this loads, we need to call this load notifications function, so it actually loads when we open that page, and only on the first load. If you're like extremely confused, it's probably because React is kind of wonky and it takes a little while to get used to the some of the conventions like use effect and use state and whatnot. But it does kind of make sense eventually. Yeah. Okay, so we have a refresh. Refreshing is loading. That's correct. Okay. On scroll, we don't need this on scroll. Estimated item size, that's probably fine. Okay, we'll do like 200, not 250. Okay. So we have our notifications page. Theoretically, this should work. Theoretically. Notice how I said theoretically, because it's very hit or miss. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna temporarily turn off. So I have an add-on that tells me when React decides to re-render a section, and I'm gonna turn that off temporarily because it's tripping me up a little bit. Yeah, we will temporarily remove that so I can see what's actually happening here. Okay. So let's go to the notifications page. Okay, so yeah, so arrow functions. These are fun. So there's in JavaScript, you can, let's see here. In JavaScript, you can there are many ways to write functions, but my favorite way of writing functions, so you can write like function, my name, and then you can write the function body there. Or you can write const and then like my name equals that parentheses an arrow. So it's just the same two different ways of writing functions. If that answers your question. As far as Scott, as far as learning React, it's a little bit it's kind of hard. Like the best way to learn, like I think personally anything, the best way to learn it is to just like teach yourself. I'm gonna adjust this microphone real quick. The best way to learn it is to teach yourself. So like don't learn just through like a bunch of YouTube tutorials. Learn from like trying projects yourself. Like that's the best way to learn. But I can recommend. I believe Code Academy has a good course on React, if I'm not wrong. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure they have React. Let's see here. They have a Learn React course. You're definitely gonna want um, to know basic JavaScript before you do something like React or Vue. That's a core thing. Like you're gonna have to know basics of JavaScript. So, all right. So, uh, okay. Opening notifications. Okay, we're getting infinite loading. Okay. Okay, our app's acting weird. Sometimes with the React Native app, you just have to go in and just restart the app. No problem, Scott. Sorry if I like randomly respond to chat messages like very late. It's I have two monitors and sometimes I forget to look at the second one. So okay. So it is successfully fetching the data. I'm going to go ahead and console.log that data so you can see exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Interesting. We're getting, I don't know if y'all can see, oh yeah, it's probably behind my camera right now. You can see it's saying there are no unread messages, which is weird because right here it says there's 200 messages. Let's see if I'm logged in or not. Yeah, I'm logged in. Yeah, I'm logged in. That's unusual. Okay. Let's see. What are we missing here? Maybe we're on the wrong page. Let's try setting the page to 0 initially and seeing if there's if that helps anything. Okay, cool. Okay, there you go. So we're getting common objects now. Okay, so if we restart the app, that should work. And the app actually runs much more performant than it is in this emulator because number one, this is an emulator, it's not an actual phone, and number two, it's in development mode right now, which means it runs slower than it would in production. Okay. So I'm trying to get it from data.data, but it needs to be data.unread. Let's try to refresh this. React Native does have the best mobile development ecosystem I've encountered personally, and it's come on. My emulator is not the fastest at all. Come on. Okay, so Leo, we actually have a name for our podcast, which if y'all who are watching don't know, we are starting a podcast. Me, Ekmund, the username is known as Ekmund, also known as Ethan, and Sean, also known as Data. We are starting a podcast. It's called New Creators, and I can't give you a 100% date of when that episode is going to come out, when that first episode is going to come out. But we are in the active planning stages, and we're planning on recording not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm sure I'll put something out on either this YouTube channel or on wasteof. Honestly, I'll probably put it everywhere because we need some listeners. So yeah. But yeah, keep an eye out for the New Creators coming soon to major podcasting platforms and probably YouTube as well. Okay, so we have lots of errors. Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks for the subscribe, Scott. Very nice. Okay, last true, unread. Okay, undefined is not an object. Evaluating notif.actor. And that's at line 16 of notif.js. Okay, so we know we're getting the data here, so I don't need that anymore. All right, let's go ahead and we'll use react.useEffect, and we will go ahead and log that, log the notif object and see if we're actually, that's the problem. I wasn't passing the right prop. Never mind, that should fix it. Okay. Okay, we've got errors as well. Undefined is not an object. Okay. So let's try a use effect here. I'm gonna move, if I move my mic away like this, can y'all still hear me pretty well? I hope you can. Because talking just like this, that's just not super fun. Let me just check the volume meter in OBS real quick. This should be fine still, so I don't have to hover over my microphone the whole time. Good. Okay, cool. Okay, so we want this to log our notification object. All right, now let's reload the app, pull up the emulator. Whoops, accidentally pulled up settings. Okay, let's see what it says here. So, okay, so when we run it, we don't get anything. Very nice. Welcome to programming, where you sit for hours and try to figure out a random bug. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so we're getting the data and setting the notifications variable, which is right here. That's right. Okay. You need to set the array, set it to an empty array, not null, so it has some time. Okay. This should not error out. Nope, it errored out. Still not an object. Okay. Let's check that request and make sure that that's actually a that's actually part of the notif.data.actor that name. Okay, that should not error out. But again, I've said that before, and it didn't change anything. It errored out anyway, so it doesn't care. Okay, here we go. Okay, so look at this. So now we've got, it doesn't look good, but we've got our notifications up and running. So we have these little list headers right here. So we want to put one of these on top of notifications too. So let's go ahead and on the Explore page, we had a list header right here. Yeah, is that right? Is that what we want? Probably so. Yeah. So let's just copy this little list header. The cool thing about React is you can put components within components. It's like component inception. So this is like a mini component that's imported into the main component that's returned by this file. So it's pretty nice. So just the same thing with this render item function. That's a component as well, technically. Okay, so we don't actually need any of the scroll view. Okay, I want this to say notifications. Perfect. All right, and now we will use a list header component prop, and we will input that little list header. Cool. All right. So now, if we open that notifications page, then we get this little set thing that says notifications. And we're getting nothing again. What are we getting here? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on here? I'll tell you what, for convenience, so I don't have to keep opening this drawer right here, I'm going to go ahead and fix this so where this button will navigate to the notifications page. And that button is on the, let's see here, it's on the feed page, I think? Yeah. Okay, so we have this navigation, use navigation. Alrighty. Open notifs, here we go. Okay, so we want to do navigation.navigate to notifications. Cool. Alright, now, if all goes well, I should just be able to click this little bell. Come on. Slow emulator. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, so it's coming together pretty well. We've got our notifications showing up. I'm glad that's working. Okay, so here comes the hard part. So for now, we need to render that as HTML. Best way, so the way I'm using, so here's another difference. So in the original version of wasteof.mobile, we've got this. This is very limited in how it renders HTML. So like this is a paragraph, and this is an image which is broken for some reason. I don't know why. Same thing here. This link may or may not work. I don't know. Yeah. So we have all these issues here. But the cool thing about the new version of wasteof.mobile is that the way it handles HTML is very different, as you can see. See here, images work, right, and they're their own component. It's because it allows for a custom renderer, and it's really quite neat. I like it a lot. So I can put all kinds of, there can be all kinds of rich HTML. Yeah, and reposts work really well. You can have media in reposts. It's super helpful. So we're going to use that same library for comments, because comments can also have images and links and formatting, etc. All right, so all right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the docs for this page because I haven't used it in a while. It's called React Native Render HTML. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and turn on my alarms only, so we don't keep getting notifications. Just a sec. Life calls. Come on, mute. My mom and I are trying to find a time to go see Phantom of the Opera because it's a great, great, great musical, and I would really love to see it. Okay. Back to the main event. So all you need is this render HTML component. Where are we? Okay. All right. Okay. Wish I got some music, but finding copyright-free music is a pain, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I have this web display here, so I'll copy that over. And like I said, okay, let's see here. All right, I could either build it kind of jankily right now, or I could make it. I could build it jankily right now and go back and fix it later, or I could build it nice right now. This is a difficult debate. I'm not sure which to do. Janky it is for now. No, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I will be a good developer for today, and I will follow the correct conventions, and we will. Yeah, I'll follow correct conventions. Okay. Yeah, I'll follow correct conventions, and we will. Yeah, we'll create a new component for comments. Ooh, okay. This may not last for as long as I thought it would because I'm losing a bit of stamina, y'all. I'm losing stamina. It's been a long day. Okay, let's go through. Okay, for comments, we will rename this symbol to comment. Don't need repost, don't need repost count. Okay. Alright. So we will use, we'll use this. We don't need loves because you can't love comments yet. Jeff Lowe should totally add that. If Jeff Lowe added loving comments, I'd be hyped, not gonna lie. Okay. We don't need reposts. Don't need I don't think we'll need, no, we don't need a username. We don't need token yet. We do need should filter. Also, since a comment is kind of like a repost, we're going to go ahead and go down to here and change the mode to outlined all the time. Alrighty. Okay, so we do need the poster's name. Okay, so in this context, we actually don't need this user chip at all, because the way it's gonna work. Let's do some Microsoft Paint, y'all. Let's get out MS Paint. Absolutely. Okay. So the way it's gonna work is we have a notification page. First of all, we have a notification page. Yeah, got a notification page, and then we have a notification object, which is like that size kinda. And then we have like a little, we have the user card right here. The user chip that tells the user, and then something that tells like the time right there. And then we have this, which would be like the comment content. So basically all this is going to be handling is filtering the comment content. Yeah. So that's kind of the basic idea. Okay, so I don't need time. Don't need flex direction. Okay, we do need filter HTML and use the web display. Don't need this. Yeah. Okay. Great. So we're going to rename this comment. Actually, we're going to put the bug post. Whoops. There's change all occurrences. So what do you call this comment? Don't need to do that. Okay. Don't need this. Don't need this fetching logic. Okay. Now I need to see exactly how you could never code. Anyone can code. I think honestly everyone should learn to code. I think that's a great thing. But it can be hard sometimes, and Um, yeah, I mean, it's a hard thing. Um, but if you learn how to do it, it's really rewarding. It's like a whole form of creativity that I can't express like anywhere else. So it's really it's a unique opportunity for sure. Well, I will tell you what, it is getting late, and I don't know what time zones y'all are all in, but I'm thinking of heading out for the night. I might do this again maybe later this week because this uh, doing these dev streams. I know it's probably not very interesting for y'all, but just having someone to talk to while I'm coding is very productive for me. It helps me focus a lot. So yeah, if y'all don't mind, yeah, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss when I go live. You're welcome to join my Discord server if you'd like. Yeah, y'all have a good night.